Susan Spillman here. Holiday greetings. Today what I'd like to do is offer you a way to release some feelings, to identify how you're feeling, as I've been talking about earlier, and to release feelings that you no longer need at this time. Okay, so first I'm going to play a game called Magical You and just show you how it works to identify some feelings and then to release them. So this is a simple game. I'm going to play it in a way that I think works for video. Okay. So first I'm going to look at the cards myself and see if we use the topic of overwhelm, because that's really what most people are feeling these days, I think, in some variety. Overwhelm about their current situation, whether it's financial or relationships or family, that kind of thing, or overwhelm about the world, you know, that people are holding on to a lot of the overwhelm of the world and carrying it with them themselves. So there are lots of different ways to look at overwhelm. So I'm going to use that as the theme, okay? And then I'm going to look at the cards around that theme for the whole community, for the global, not just for me, but for the whole community. So I'm getting one is angry, yes. Scared, yes. Lonely? Maybe we're going to get all of them. Sad? Yes. Oh my goodness, I think we're going to have them all. Left out, worried, frustrated. Maybe not that one, and not that one. Okay, so we have 7 cards. Okay, so which is quite a few to release at one time. So I'm going to pick the ones, just tuning in for a minute to the collective, to see which ones are the most relevant. So I have angry, scared, worried, and then what other one? One more. I think I'll pick lonely, because many people are feeling lonely and disconnected from other people, disconnected often from themselves. So I have the worried card, the lonely card, the scared card, and the angry card. So this is an example of identifying your feelings, okay? So overwhelm is the bigger feeling, the kind of category, you know, but underneath overwhelm, we have many, many different feelings, and of course it depends somewhat on your own situation, what those feelings would be. But this is just an example of identifying the feelings underneath the kind of general category, because often we relate in a general category, like I'm overwhelmed. Well, what does overwhelmed mean? You know, it could mean many different things. So to ask yourself, you know, what does it mean? Okay, so we have these feelings now as part of overwhelm. And if I ask where that happened, which is part of this game, and where did that happen, I'm just going to pick the category of everywhere, because it's everywhere. You know, it's in the world, and different people have the similar feelings, different situations, but similar feelings. Okay, so what we do next is then it's like, okay, where is this in my body? So I'm just going to check in. Where is this in my body? For the collective again, and for me, I'm getting my heart. Okay, in my heart. And although all those feelings might have slightly different places or numbers on them, I'm just going to use the global view of it. So in my heart, and I'd say at a 9, which means a lot, okay? 0 to 10, So when we're at a 9, it means that it's quite intense, quite intense. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, also ask myself, where do I want to send these feelings? Do I want to send them away, or do I want to hold on to them? Once in a while, people want to hold on to their feelings. They see some value in the particular ones, but my view is mostly we want to ask, do we need all these feelings right now? Or do we need the intensity of these feelings right now? And almost always the answer is no, we don't need them. And we don't want them. So, okay, so the next question then is, well, where do I want to send these feelings? Where do I want to send them? You know, if I don't want them myself, they need to go somewhere. Where do I want to send them? So I'm going to choose my favorite place because I just love this place, okay, when I'm playing this game other times. And where I'm going to send them is to outer space, to explode in outer space into little particles and transmute into love and caring and falling down to earth again, okay? So I'm going to play this game for you now. I'm going to show you what we do as the release, and I'm going to do a short, hopefully short release of this. Okay? I'm Susan, and I release overwhelm, and all the angry, all the scared, all the lonely, and all the worried that is associated with that. Well, I release this from my body, from my heart, so that I may be more open to the world and experience more joy. Now. Ooh, okay, so that was surprisingly powerful for me. So as you can see, it was quite simple. The release was quite a simple one. So now I'm just going to check in with myself to see what number that is now. So I get it's a 4, okay? So it went from a 9 to a 4. So there's still some there. And I could feel it, I could feel it quite intensely in my body. So then we go to the next group, and it's like, well, what do I need? What do I need to release this even more? More than I've gone from 9 to 4, and what do I need to release it even more? Okay, and so I'm looking now at these cards we have for this, and we have happy family, away from it all, my own space, supported, listened to, hug, and a friend. So I'm looking now at the collective. I have some specific ones that are personal to me, which would be listen to, hug, and friend, but I think for the collective, we also need to add away from it all and support it. Okay, so now we do another release, and we add these need cards to the original cards. What do I need to release these even more? So I'll do another release. I'm Susan, and I release all the remaining cards related to overwhelm. All the ones I no longer need, that are no longer needed. And I allow myself to get away from it all. Get away from what is overwhelming me, allowing myself to shift my own energy so I'm not thinking about it, giving myself some space to get away from it all in my own mind, in my own heart. I allow myself to be supported by my friends and to support myself moving forward with my life. I allow myself to be listened to find friends and others who can listen to me about my concerns, and to listen to myself so that I know what I need to do next. I allow myself to have a friend who can listen to me and support me. And I allow myself to find people I can have a hug with. People, either a virtual hug if necessary, and even better, a physical hug. So I release these as much as I can right now. Okay. So, pretty good, you know. I forgot a few little things in there in terms of the actual game, how to play the game, but you get the picture. Okay, that this is a way to identify the feelings we have and also identify what we need in order to release them. So I'm going to check and see what number I'm at now. Okay, so I went from a 9 to a 4, and now I'm to a 2. Okay, so if this were if I were doing a regular session, I would go further and see, what do I need to do to release this even more? Is it possible? Sometimes it's not possible. We just need to hold on to a little bit of it for whatever reason. But I'm just going to look now at the cards I picked, the lonely, angry, and scared cards, and see if there's any particular card that I no longer need, both, and also that is this number 2. So I can put lonely back. I can put angry back. So I have scared and worried, and of course they're often very related. So let me just try this while we're here. I'm just going to try releasing this scared and worried, and see if we can get lower than a 2. Okay, I'm Susan, and I release all remaining scared and worried that I'm holding in my heart at a 2. I send these feelings to outer space, to explode in outer space, break into small little particles that are transformed into love and sent back down to earth as love, concern, and care. And I allow this to happen for me and for everyone. Now. Okay. Okay. So I get a 0 now. I get it down to a 0. And you know, I don't know how long this will last at a 0, but I can always go back and do this again. If it comes up again, or if I feel it again in my heart, I can go back and do it. So I just wanted to share this with you, a kind of a Christmas gift from me, to show you what you can do, and you can follow this video for yourself around the issue of overwhelm, or you can pick any feeling. You can pick anything that's bothering you and follow the same routine that I've done. Okay? And of course, I'm happy to talk with you more about this, to show you more about the game, show you its power that you, of course, will feel today, but also other ways that you can use it. And I'm most happy to show that to you and share more with you. So if you get in touch with me, I'd be happy to do that. Okay. So happy holidays, Christmas, Hanukkah's past, but solstice is today, and Kwanzaa. Okay. Thanks. Bye-bye. Susan Spellman.